When it comes to blackheads, the first thing we need to understand is that they're not just a simple surface issue. They're not about dirt stuck in the skin or about not washing your face enough. Blackheads form deep within the pores, those tiny openings that connect to your oil glands. When your skin produces excess oil, it mixes with dead skin cells and forms a plug. That plug sits in the pore, and when it's exposed to air, it oxidizes, turning dark. That's the black in blackhead. It's not dirt, it's chemistry. And once you understand that, you start to realize that getting rid of them isn't about scrubbing harder or using stronger products. It's about working smarter with your skin. Now, here's the truth: a lot of people don't realize blackheads aren't something you fix once and forget about. They're part of your skin's natural process. If your pores are active, if your skin produces oil, if you live in a humid environment or wear makeup, blackheads will happen. The goal isn't to eliminate them forever, it's to manage them effectively. That's why we need to go beyond the basic cleanse and start focusing on what's actually happening inside the skin. Because if we only treat the surface, we're never really solving the problem. I've seen so many people who think the solution is to just wash more often or scrub harder. They'll say, I exfoliate every day, but my blackheads keep coming back. And that's where things go wrong. Over-cleansing strips away the skin's natural oils, which tells your oil glands to produce even more. Suddenly, your pores are overcompensating, and you end up in this endless cycle of excess oil and clogged pores. Your skin becomes irritated, dry on the surface, but oily underneath. The perfect environment for blackheads to thrive. So, the first step is to understand what your skin is trying to tell you. When your pores are clogged, they're not rebelling against you, they're just overloaded. Think of your pores as little tunnels. When those tunnels get congested with oil-dead cells and bacteria, your skin is trying to push that buildup out. If you fight that process with harsh scrubbing or alcohol-heavy products, you're only pushing your skin further out of balance. The secret is to support your skin's natural cleansing rhythm, not fight against it. That means working with products and techniques that respect your skin barrier. Gentle chemical exfoliants like salicylic acid, for example, can get deep inside the pore to dissolve that buildup before it oxidizes. That's why they're so effective, not because they strip, but because they penetrate. And when used regularly, they prevent that clog from ever forming in the first place. The same goes for regular cleansing that doesn't overdo it. You're not trying to remove every bit of oil, you're just trying to keep that natural flow of sebum balanced. Another thing to keep in mind is that everyone's skin is different. Some people have smaller pores that get clogged easily. Others have oilier skin that produces buildup faster. Genetics, hormones, and even stress play huge roles in how your pores behave. So instead of trying to copy someone else's routine or chase the latest viral hack, it's much more important to understand your own skin's rhythm. Once you know what triggers your blackheads, maybe it's skipping a cleanse after a workout, or maybe it's a heavy moisturizer that's too rich for your skin type, you can start making smart adjustments that actually make a difference. And let's not forget about patience. Everyone wants that instant smooth skin result, but blackheads didn't form overnight, and they won't disappear overnight either. Skin takes time to adjust, to heal, to renew. It's like training your pores, teaching them how to stay clear by keeping your routine steady and gentle. The most beautiful, glowing complexions come from consistency, not aggression. The other piece people don't always consider is environment. Pollution, sweat, sunscreen buildup, all of these can contribute to clogged pores. Even touching your face throughout the day can transfer oil and bacteria. That's why cleansing isn't just about removing makeup or dirt. It's about creating a clean slate for your skin to function properly. If you treat cleansing as a ritual instead of a chore, you'll start to see it as something that supports your skin's health, not just its appearance. Understanding all this changes the way you see your skin. You stop blaming it for breaking out and start listening to it. You realize that blackheads are a signal, not a flaw, telling you that your pores need balance. Once you grasp that, you stop trying to punish your skin into perfection and start guiding it toward it. Because the truth is, clear skin isn't about force, it's about balance, patience, and respect for what your skin naturally does best. And once you start treating it that way, you'll notice something amazing. Your skin starts working with you, not against you. Before diving into deep cleansing or extractions, the most overlooked but absolutely crucial step is preparation. You can't expect your pores to open up and release buildup easily if your skin isn't ready. Think about it like this. If you're trying to clean a hardened wax spill off a counter, it's a lot easier when the wax is softened first. The same principle applies to your skin. Preparing the skin before cleansing isn't just about washing your face, it's about setting the stage so everything that follows can work more effectively and safely. When your skin is cold or tight, pores are less responsive, and the buildup inside them clings stubbornly to the walls of the pore. That's why we start by creating warmth and softness. A little steam, a warm towel, or even taking a hot shower before cleansing can make a big difference. That gentle heat loosens up the oil, softens blackheads, and allows your cleanser to reach deeper. It's one of those small steps that transforms your results completely. People often skip it because it feels optional, but it's actually the difference between fighting with your pores and cooperating with them. Pre-cleansing is another powerful step that often gets misunderstood. It's not just for makeup removal, it's for everyone. Using a lightweight cleansing oil or balm before your regular cleanser helps break down sunscreen's sebum and environmental grime that water-based cleansers can't fully remove. It sounds counterintuitive to apply oil when you're trying to get rid of blackheads, but oils dissolve oils. When you massage that pre-cleanser into your skin, you're melting away the stuff that clogs your pores in the first place. And because you're not scrubbing, you're protecting your skin barrier instead of stripping it. That's the foundation of every effective deep cleanse. Respect for your skin's natural defenses. I always tell people, this step is about patience and technique. Take a minute or two to really work your cleanser into your skin. Gentle circular motions, no pressure, just movement. This helps to dislodge buildup without causing irritation. If you rush through it, you miss the opportunity to loosen the debris before the deeper cleanse begins. And once you rinse, your skin should feel clean but never tight. If it feels squeaky or dry, that's a sign you've taken away too much. Your skin should feel refreshed and soft. That's when you know it's ready for deeper cleansing or extraction. Now, let's talk about exfoliation because it's an essential part of the preparation phase. There's a fine line between exfoliating effectively and overdoing it. A mild chemical exfoliant with ingredients like lactic acid or salicylic acid can help dissolve dead skin cells that trap oil in your pores. These work at a microscopic level, far more gently and evenly than scrubs or brushes. When used correctly, they clear the path for everything else. Your cleansers, treatments, and masks to actually reach where they're supposed to go. On the other hand, harsh scrubs or aggressive rubbing only damage the surface and make your skin more reactive, which leads to more oil and more blackheads over time. The goal isn't to peel your skin, it's to polish it. Another piece people often forget during preparation is hydration. If your skin is dehydrated, it clings to dead cells and resists release. Think of it like trying to clean a dry sponge. It doesn't absorb properly until it's moistened. Using a hydrating mist or essence after cleansing helps keep your skin flexible and receptive. Even something as simple as a few splashes of lukewarm water before applying your cleanser can make a difference in how well it performs. Your skin always responds better when it's hydrated. And then there's timing. Doing your deep cleanse at night rather than in the morning makes a big difference. During the day, your skin builds up layers of sunscreen, pollution, and oil. Nighttime is when you can really focus on removal and recovery without rushing. That's when your pores are most ready to breathe again. Preparation also includes your environment. Make sure your hands are clean, your tools are sanitized, and your lighting is good. You want this to be a calm, controlled process, not something done in haste. The beauty of proper preparation is that it changes how your skin behaves long term. When you consistently take time to prep, your pores don't just clear more easily, they start to stay clearer. The inflammation decreases, your skin's texture improves, and over time, even those stubborn blackheads begin to loosen naturally. It's not about forcing results. It's about creating the right conditions for them to happen. This step may seem small, but it's what separates temporary fixes from lasting results. When your skin is properly prepped, every product and every technique that follows works in harmony. It's like unlocking the door before you try to walk through it. Without preparation, you're just pushing against a closed door. Taking that extra few minutes to ready your skin before a deep cleanse doesn't just make the process more effective. It makes it safer, gentler, and more rewarding, because when your skin is prepared, it's not resisting your efforts, it's working with you. And that's when real transformation begins. When it comes to extraction, there's a fine balance between doing it right and doing it wrong. A lot of people see a blackhead and instantly want to squeeze it out. And believe me, I get it. There's something so satisfying about clearing out that tiny clog. But the truth is, blackhead extraction isn't about force, it's about finesse. If you go in with too much pressure or without the right preparation, you can cause trauma to your skin that leads to inflammation, scarring, or even more breakouts. Proper extraction is a skill that requires patience, precision, and respect for your skin's limits. Once the skin is prepped, softened, clean, and ready, that's when extraction becomes both effective and safe. Think of your pores like small openings in a sponge. When they're warm and pliable, the trapped debris releases easily. When they're tight and dry, that debris is like hardened wax. It's not going anywhere without damage. This is why timing and technique matter so much. You're not trying to force the contents out, you're simply guiding them out of the pore. A gentle approach always wins over aggression. The most common mistake people make is using their nails. That's the fastest way to introduce bacteria and break the surface of the skin. Even clean nails can leave microtears that take days to heal. The better option is to use clean tissues over your fingers, or even better, a sterilized comedone extractor tool. And the keyword here is gentle. You want to apply soft, even pressure around the blackhead, not directly on top of it. Rocking the tool slightly side to side can help coax the blockage out rather than forcing it. If it doesn't release easily, that's your sign to stop. Walking away at that point is actually an act of self-care. It means you're listening to your skin instead of fighting it. A good extraction session isn't about clearing every single pore in one go. It's about focusing on the ones that are ready. When a blackhead is fully formed and close to the surface, it will come out easily. If it's deep, inflamed, or stubborn, forcing it can cause more harm than good. I've seen people cause lasting redness, hyperpigmentation, or small scars because they couldn't resist squeezing that one deep blackhead. The truth is, if your skin resists, it's not ready yet. Treatments like salicylic acid, retinoids, or enzyme masks can help loosen them over time so that eventually extractions become effortless. Patience pays off every single time. One of the most valuable techniques you can learn is to use your sense of touch, not just your eyes. Feel the texture of your skin as you work. You'll notice that ready blackheads feel slightly raised, while deep congestion feels firm underneath. Your goal isn't to dig for those deeper ones, but to gently release what's at the surface and leave the rest to ongoing treatment. That's how you prevent trauma and keep your skin calm. And let's talk about what comes right after extraction, because that's often when the most damage happens. Once a blackhead is removed, that pore is temporarily open. It's like an open doorway, and bacteria or oil can easily re-enter if you're not careful. This is why it's so important to follow up with a gentle toner, hydrating serum, or a clay mask that helps purify and tighten the pores again. Avoid alcohol-based products or harsh astringents. They only dry out your skin, which makes it produce more oil to compensate. The goal isn't to shrink your pores completely, because that's not possible, but to help them stay clear and calm. For those who enjoy doing extractions at home, remember that environment matters. Good lighting, clean tools, and sanitized hands are non-negotiable. Disinfect your extractor with rubbing alcohol before and after use. Use a mirror that gives you a clear view. And avoid rushing. When you treat it like a mindful ritual instead of a quick fix, the whole experience becomes safer and more effective. Professional extractions, of course, take this to another level. When done by a trained hand, they're precise and controlled. But even then, your daily care at home determines how successful those sessions are. If you're prepping properly, exfoliating gently, and maintaining balance, your extractions, whether professional or personal, will be smoother and your pores will stay clearer for longer. Remember, blackhead extraction isn't a battle against your skin, it's a collaboration. You're helping your skin release what it no longer needs. When done correctly, extractions don't just make your pores look smaller, they make your skin healthier. The redness fades faster, the texture evens out, and your confidence grows because your skin feels calm and clean, not irritated and angry. It's not about how many blackheads you remove, but how gently and wisely you treat your skin in the process. That's what keeps your pores healthy, your complexion smooth, and your results lasting. Because when you treat your skin with patience and precision, it always rewards you in return. After your skin has been properly cleansed and the pores are free from surface buildup, this is where the real transformation begins. With targeted treatments that go deeper. You've already done the physical work, now it's time to let chemistry take over. This stage isn't about scrubbing or squeezing, it's about using the right ingredients to penetrate the skin, clear what you can't see, and prevent blackheads from reforming. Because even though extractions can make your skin look instantly better, it's these deeper treatments that keep those results lasting. One of the most effective ingredients for blackhead-prone skin is salicylic acid. It's oil-soluble, which means it can dive deep into the pores and break down the excess sebum and dead cells that create those clogs in the first place, like sending in a microscopic cleaning crew that dissolves debris from the inside out. And the best part, it does it gently. You're not forcing anything out or irritating your skin, you're just encouraging it to naturally shed what it doesn't need. Regular use of salicylic acid keeps the pathways clear, which means fewer blackheads forming over time. Then there's glycolic acid, another powerful player. While salicylic acid focuses on deep pore cleansing, glycolic acid works on the surface to remove dull, dead skin cells and smooth the texture. Together, they create a double action effect. One clears below, the other refines above. It's this combination that helps achieve that even, radiant glow that no scrub can truly replicate. The key, though, is to introduce these ingredients gradually. Too much too soon can irritate the skin, and irritation leads to more oil production, the exact opposite of what we want. Think of it like training your skin to handle strength over time, rather than overwhelming it all at once. Now, for those who deal with persistent or stubborn blackheads, retinoids are the gold standard. Retinoids work by increasing cell turnover, meaning they help your skin renew itself faster. This prevents dead cells from sticking together and clogging your pores in the first place. They also help tighten the pore walls, making them appear smaller and less likely to trap oil and bacteria. But they require patience. Retinoids don't give instant gratification. You may not see the full benefits for several weeks, but once they kick in, the difference is remarkable. Your skin becomes smoother, clearer, and more balanced. Another often overlooked part of advanced treatment is using the right type of mask. Clay masks, for instance, are wonderful for drawing out impurities that linger after cleansing. Ingredients like kaolin or bentonite clay act like magnets for oil and toxins without over-drying the skin. Enzyme masks, on the other hand, use natural fruit enzymes like papaya or pineapple to gently dissolve buildup. They're perfect for people with sensitive skin who can't tolerate stronger acids. Using these masks once or twice a week keeps your pores consistently clean and refreshed without stressing them out. But let's not forget that blackheads aren't only about oil, they're also about balance. That's why hydration is so important during this phase. A lot of people with oily or acne-prone skin make the mistake of skipping moisturizer, thinking it will make things worse. In reality, when your skin is dehydrated, it compensates by producing even more oil. Lightweight, non-comedogenic moisturizers with ingredients like hyaluronic acid or niacinamide help keep your barrier healthy and strong. Niacinamide in particular is a game changer. It reduces inflammation, minimizes pore appearance, and strengthens the skin's defenses so future clogs are less likely to form. It's also important to understand that active ingredients work best in synergy. You don't need to use everything at once. The goal is not to overwhelm your skin, but to create a balanced routine that fits your needs. Maybe you use salicylic acid in the morning to keep pores clear and a gentle retinoid at night to promote cell renewal. Maybe you alternate days with glycolic acid or use an enzyme mask on weekends. What matters most is consistency and awareness, listening to how your skin responds and adjusting accordingly. And of course, sunscreen can't be forgotten. All these active treatments make your skin more sensitive to the sun, and without protection, UV exposure can undo all your progress. Even on cloudy days or when you're mostly indoors, sunscreen prevents irritation, redness, and premature aging. Think of it as the final protective layer that seals in all your hard work. When you combine these advanced ingredients and treatments correctly, your skin begins to change from the inside out. The pores stay clearer for longer, the texture smooths out, and the overall tone brightens. You start to notice that you don't need to extract as often because the skin is maintaining itself. That's when you know your routine has gone beyond just cleansing. It's become corrective and preventative. The magic isn't in doing more, it's in doing what works consistently and correctly. When you treat your skin with smart science and steady care, you don't just remove blackheads, you stop them from coming back, and that's the real win. After all the work that goes into cleansing, preparing, and extracting, there's one stage that often gets rushed or forgotten, and that's post-extraction care. This is where your skin decides how it's going to heal. You can do everything right up until this point, but if you neglect what happens afterward, your pores can easily get clogged again, irritation can set in, and all that careful effort can go to waste. Think of post-extraction care as your skin's recovery phase. It's the time when you focus not on cleaning, but on calming, protecting, and restoring. Right after extractions, the skin is in a vulnerable state. Pores are open, the surface is sensitive, and the barrier may be slightly disrupted. The goal now is to reduce inflammation and prevent bacteria from taking advantage of those freshly cleared areas. The first step is simple but powerful: cooling the skin. A cool compress, chilled facial roller, or even a splash of cold water can immediately bring down redness and soothe that flushed feeling. It's like giving your skin a deep breath after a workout. That cooling action helps close down the pores naturally and minimize swelling without shocking the skin. Once the skin is calm, you want to replenish it with ingredients that support healing. This is where lightweight, soothing formulas make a real difference. Think of ingredients like Centella asiatica, niacinamide, panthenol, and aloe vera. They're gentle but incredibly effective at reducing redness and strengthening the skin barrier. Centella, in particular, has this amazing ability to encourage repair without clogging pores. It tells your skin, you're safe now, start healing. Niacinamide works on a deeper level, reducing inflammation and preventing post-extraction pigmentation, especially for those who are prone to lingering dark spots after a breakout. Another essential part of this phase is hydration, and not just from moisturizers. Your skin needs water to repair itself, so this is a great time to layer on hydrating serums with hyaluronic acid. It binds moisture to the skin and helps plump it up, keeping it supple and resilient. When your skin is well hydrated, it heals faster and the risk of irritation or flackiness drops dramatically. Follow that with a light, non-comedogenic moisturizer to seal in the hydration. Look for formulations that contain ceramides or squalane. They mimic the skin's natural oils and help rebuild the protective barrier without clogging pores. A mistake many people make after extractions is going straight to strong actives again, like acids or retinoids, thinking it'll keep their skin clear. But right after extractions, the skin isn't ready for that level of intensity. It's like sending your skin to run a marathon right after surgery. You want to give it time to recover first. Wait a day or two before reintroducing exfoliants or stronger treatments, and focus instead on nourishment and protection during that immediate window of healing. This is also when hygiene matters most. Avoid touching your face unnecessarily, and definitely keep your hands clean if you have to apply products. Change your pillowcase, wipe down your phone screen. Little things like these can prevent bacteria from undoing all your progress. The skin is more permeable at this stage, which means it's also more susceptible to irritation or infection, so treating it gently is key. Sun protection is another non-negotiable part of post-extraction care. Even if you're mostly indoors, freshly treated skin can be sensitive to light, and UV rays can easily trigger inflammation or hyperpigmentation. Use a broad spectrum sunscreen with SPF 30 or higher, and choose a lightweight formula that won't clog your pores. Think of sunscreen as your skin shield. It locks in the calm and prevents damage from sneaking in. There's also something to be said about emotional patience during this phase. We live in a world where people expect instant results, and when your face looks a little red or blotchy right after a deep cleanse, it's tempting to pile on makeup to cover it up. But letting your skin breathe during recovery is one of the kindest things you can do for it. Let it rest, let it heal, and trust the process. That short period of patience pays off when you see how your complexion naturally evens out and glows within a few days. The beauty of proper post-extraction care is that it builds resilience. The more consistently you treat your skin gently after extractions, the less reactive it becomes over time. You start to notice that redness fades faster, pores stay clearer for longer, and your overall tone looks smoother. It's not just about fixing the moment, it's about conditioning your skin to stay calm and balanced. At this point, what you're really doing is teaching your skin how to recover beautifully. You're not fighting it anymore, you're supporting it. And that's the secret most people overlook. When you respect your skin in its most delicate moments, it responds by giving you the kind of healthy, luminous glow that no quick fix can achieve. Because clear, calm, radiant skin doesn't come from how much you do, it comes from how gently you care for it when it needs you most. When it comes to skincare, consistency will always outperform intensity. You can have the best products, the most precise techniques, and the most advanced treatments, but if you only do them once in a while, your skin won't have the stability it needs to stay clear. The truth is, beautiful, healthy skin isn't built in a single facial session or a weekend routine. It's built day by day through habits that respect and support your skin's natural rhythm. Deep cleansing and blackhead removal may start with technique, but they're sustained through discipline. One of the most important things to understand about the skin is that it thrives on balance. It has its own biological rhythm, a cycle of oil production, cell renewal, and repair. When you maintain a consistent routine, you help that rhythm stay steady. But when you jump from product to product or skip steps because you're too tired or impatient, your skin loses that balance. One night of sleeping in makeup or skipping your cleans might not seem like a big deal, but every little disruption builds up. Consistency is what prevents that buildup from turning into congestion and breakouts. Think of your skin routine like brushing your teeth. You wouldn't skip brushing for a few days and expect your teeth to stay healthy, right? The same goes for your pores. Daily maintenance, a gentle cleanse morning and night, exfoliation 2 to 3 times a week, and hydration every day keeps your skin functioning properly. When you're consistent, your pores stay clear, not because you're constantly cleaning them, but because you're never letting them get overwhelmed in the first place. That's the secret behind effortless skin. It's not the number of products, it's the regularity of care. But consistency doesn't mean rigidity. Your skin changes with the seasons, your diet, your hormones, even your stress levels. So part of being consistent is also being aware, listening to your skin and adjusting when it needs something different. Maybe your cleanser feels too drying in winter or your moisturizer feels too heavy in summer. The point is to keep the structure of your routine the same, but modify the details to match what your skin is asking for. When you do that, your skin learns to trust you. It stays calm because it knows what's coming. You're not shocking it with random treatments or unpredictable habits. Another piece that often gets overlooked is lifestyle. What you eat, how much water you drink, how well you sleep, and how you manage stress. All of it shows up on your face. Your skin isn't separate from the rest of your body, it's connected to everything you do. A consistent skincare routine works best when it's supported by consistent self-care. Something as simple as staying hydrated throughout the day, keeping your pillowcases clean, or avoiding constant face touching can make a world of difference. It's these quiet, daily actions that build the foundation for clear, balanced skin. And let's be honest, there will always be days when you don't feel like doing it. Life gets busy, you're tired, you're stressed, or maybe your skin isn't improving as quickly as you hoped. That's when most people give up, but that's also the moment when consistency matters most. Because skincare is cumulative, every cleanse, every treatment, every gentle act of care adds up. You might not see results overnight, but every time you stay consistent, you're setting your skin up for long-term health. Another thing I always remind people is that consistency doesn't mean doing everything every day. It's about maintaining the essentials. You don't need a 10-step routine to keep your pores clear and your skin glowing. In fact, overcomplicating your regimen can sometimes do more harm than good. What really matters is having a simple, effective core: cleansing, treatment, hydration, and protection. Do those steps well, and your skin will reward you with clarity and balance. Ritualizing your skincare, turning it into something you look forward to rather than a chore, also helps with consistency. Maybe it's the few quiet minutes at the end of your day when you wash off all the stress and pollution, or that refreshing morning cleanse that wakes you up and gives you a fresh start. When you treat your routine as self-care instead of obligation, it becomes something you do naturally without effort. That mindset shift is what makes the habit stick. Over time, something beautiful happens when you stay consistent. Your skin starts to stabilize. Breakouts become less frequent, your tone evens out, and even your texture feels smoother. The pores that once seemed impossible to manage start to behave because you've trained them with steady care. It's not magic, it's maintenance. You're simply giving your skin what it needs every day without neglect or overreaction. At the end of the day, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Your skin will have good days and bad days just like anything else. But what matters most is that you keep showing up for it, because every time you do, you're building the kind of trust and resilience that no product alone can give you. Clear, glowing skin doesn't happen by chance, it happens by choice. The choice to stay consistent, gentle, and patient day